I've never seen such a disciplined female prisoner. Others would chat and boast in their free time. She alone was furiously working out. She spent all her spare time exercising. Even in heavy rain, she insisted on running. Even the prison guards were impressed by her. Her determination stemmed from her desire to retaliate. Her name is Lucy. She has a husband who loves her. Half a year ago, her husband bought a yacht. They went out to sea together. But she woke up to find herself soaking wet, and got no response from her husband after calling for him. Lucy hurriedly got up to look for him, but only saw traces all over the place. Her husband had already disappeared. There was a weapon left on the deck. She bent down to pick it up, just as the Coast Guard arrived. Since she and her husband were the only ones on the boat, Lucy was thus jailed as the suspect. She hired a lawyer to defend her. The lawyer said her husband had a large insurance policy, and the police had his emergency call recording, though it didn't specify the assailant. But all signs pointed to Lucy harming her husband. Before going to prison, she entrusted her son to a friend, and gave her money for his upkeep. Soon, the friend's phone was disconnected. It took her great effort to find the new number, so she immediately called to confront her. The friend tried to brush it off. Lucy demanded to speak with her son, but he suddenly called out "Daddy." It turns out her husband wasn't gone. Upon realizing it was Lucy, the husband hung up immediately. Lucy instantly understood everything. They had not only claimed the insurance money, but had also taken her only son. I became their scapegoat. Since then Lucy has been distraught every day. A former lawyer fellow inmate told her, the law won't punish the same crime twice. So Lucy, even if she did something to her husband, she wouldn't be convicted again. Lucy suddenly realized. Since then, she began to exercise frantically, so that one day she could go back and confront her husband. She also actively participated in labor reform. She volunteered for all the tough and dirty jobs. In the blink of an eye, 8 years passed. Lucy got the chance for parole for good behavior. Now, the first task is to find out where they are hiding. So, she went to ask at a friend's school, but the principal refused to provide any information. That night, Lucy went back to the school. She sneaked into the archive room to look for her friend's information, but just as she got the information, she was discovered by a patrolling police nearby. Lucy quickly escapes through the window. After a fierce chase, she is eventually caught by the police for committing another crime during probation. The sheriff decides to send her back to prison. Lucy claims she's innocent, but the sheriff doesn't believe her, since every prisoner says so. On the way, he leaves Lucy in the car, planning to buy a cup of coffee, forgetting to remove the car key, giving Lucy a chance to escape.